Hi, I'm Roxana Tarnita.
Hi, I'm Dan O'Leary.
I'm Xiaohan Chang.
We work on a project that studies evolution in action. Evolution is the process by which organisms change over time. Evolution works through changes in the DNA sequence of all life forms. Such changes can cause variation in the proteins expressed by an organism, which in turn can alter the fitness of that organism. Although most DNA mutations are either detrimental or neutral, occasionally a favorable mutation occurs. The more beneficial mutation, the more likely it is to be kept in the population. The purpose of our student research project is to study evolution in action and see how particular mutations benefit an organism. We chose to use Methylobacterium, a type of bacteria, for our project because it reproduces very quickly. It therefore has more opportunity for mutations and can take less time to acquire these mutations, making it a good model organism for studying evolution in the lab. We began our project with samples of Methylobacterium that had been evolved under particular environmental conditions for over 1,500 generations by Harvard researchers. We used a method of sequencing that provided us with millions of short sequences which were assembled to form a full genome for the evolved strain. This allowed us to compare the genetic code of the ancestral and evolved strains, and we located several differences between the two. The differences ranged from changes in a single DNA nucleotide to deletions that were as large as 10% of the genome. Surprisingly, the mutations we found appeared to only be present in a very small proportion of the population we are working with. We therefore hoped to check whether the evolved strains had diverged into multiple subtypes, each with its own environmental niche. We chose several mutations within our strain that we thought might have an impact on fitness. We hoped to examine their effects on fitness using several different techniques. First, we wanted to swap the mutated genes from the evolved strains with the normal genes from the ancestral strains. By directly comparing the growth performance of strains with and without the mutation, we are able to determine the fitness effect of each genetic variant. To do that, we used a technique called PCR, which allows us to make numerous copies of specific DNA sequences, and thus we were able to amplify the DNA regions containing the mutations in order to insert them into the ancestral strain of our bacterium. Once we have accomplished that, we will try to determine the fitness of the obtained strains by verifying how well or how poorly they grow on different media. The second part of our project aimed to determine similarities among different evolved strains. So, we set out to determine if other strains had acquired the mutations we identified in our strain, and if so, to determine the relative frequency of each mutation among these strains. This would help us determine how common each mutation was. In turn, this would tell us whether the mutation provides a fitness increase that allows the strain to take over its environment, or just a particular fraction of it, an ecological niche. After sequencing several other evolved strains, we found that our mutations were relatively rare, suggesting they allow the evolved strains to occupy a particular niche rather than taking over the entire environmental scene. For the future, our project aims to test the fitness of the strains that have been obtained by inserting the mutations of interest back into the ancestral strain. Our data analysis will allow us to better understand the mechanisms of evolution, and from that point onward, a myriad other goals can arise.